Another AK Roundtable live here on planet Earth. How cool is that? We're spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, I believe is the number. Is that what it is? Planet Earth spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, and we're here sitting with gravity, and we're engaged and talking about the wonderful world of building the best version of ourselves and creating a more successful future for ourselves. Super excited to be here with everybody. You guys know the rundown. You got the chat window, you got the reactions down at the bottom. Engage. Don't be afraid to come up with a question. Pop your hand up and we'll do our very best to get to you. And then remember that little mute button in the bottom left corner. That's an important one as well. But the way we roll here at the AK Roundtable is we kick this off with the right kind of energy. So we're going to go ahead and have actually Stephanie kick us off tonight, where we got to build some energy. We know the drill. So instruct everybody. Let's get going.
All right, stand up.
All right.
We're on a phone, so all right, we're gonna go to the left first. Ready? 10 to the left, 10 to the right, 10 up and down.
Go.
I'm not on screen. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo!
Oh, yeah. All right. So for all of you that are on here for the very first time, yeah, we're absolutely crazy here on the AK Roundtable. Like, there's absolutely no doubt. I see smiles. And for those of you that are not on camera, I guarantee you've either got a smile or one of those looks right now where you're like, what am I getting myself into? We're different. Just so you all know, we're very different. We're a family here. And we are really, really committed to making sure that everybody's having fun and having a good time. And that's, in life, we've got to be able to enjoy and smile and have a great time. You got to it's not all serious all the time. And that's where we can break some ice, because what do we need to do to truly be able to build ourselves more with a community? We have to be able to connect. Like, Matthias, do it for us, Matthias. Come on. Do your sound for us. Connect. There you go. So we have to connect. And then once we connect, we start to trust each other more. We're able to actually get a little more vulnerable, and we might be able to explore the horizons of building a better future for ourselves, right? It's not like, hey, how much should I charge a square foot for seal coat? It's so much more than that, building a business, right? So let's really dig into this today and let's have some fun. And so I'd like to talk a little bit about the AK Roundup that we hosted in Dundas, Ontario yesterday. Rob McKenzie, so kind. He got approval from the golf club, and we had 30 people there, and it was really exciting for me. It was a 6-hour meeting, and I think there was a lot of value that was dropped, and I think people left with big smiles and a lot of thoughts in their mind as to where things could potentially go for them. And then it's basically up to them to do the work, right? So I'd be interested in hearing just a few comments from people who attended the AK Roundup in Dundas. Anybody on here attended the meeting in Dundas? Of course there are. What was the meeting like for you, Chris? Come off mute, brother. Come off mute, Chris.
Yeah. Hey, yeah.
How was it for you, brother?
Oh, it's a good experience. Oh. Yeah.
That's all you got to say, man? Good experience? Was that 10 on 10, or was that like, don't be shy. You're in sales, bro. Let's do this thing.
It's a lot of interesting that we learned on that meeting.
Yeah, cool. And by the way, you guys walked up to me at the end of the meeting and you're like, by the way, I've got to win.
Yeah, and then Colin, right now we're not yet heading home. I've got almost 2 wins. But the good thing is, yesterday we connect with some of the attendees like Everline and some other one. Everline doing some paving, and just today I've got a customer that asking me to give a quote for approximately 220 driveways. It's a new development townhouses. So I contacted Everline, and then he's going to provide me a quote for that one.
Let's go. And did I understand? Can you share the win that you came up to me with as to what you closed that deal? Are you able to share that or no?
Oh yeah, yeah. So the winds that I told you yesterday, it just started on a pothole in the commercial plaza. Uh, like one property manager is contacted us to visit their plaza because there's a huge pothole on that day. So what I did is I just jump on that plaza, and then when I noticed that it's a tripping hazard, what I did is I just phoned him up, and then I told it that it's a tripping hazard, so we need to fix that one right away. And then he agreed to me without even talking about the price. I just did it, and then a day after, when he saw that one, he just loved the way that we do. And then I told him that if they have intention to do their cracks and then some other stuff on the driveway, and then he told me that okay, give me a code. And then a week after, he phoned me up, and then okay, guys, I want to go ahead with you. So on that day, we closed around 45,000.
45 grand. 45
45
grand. So
grand.
so hold on, let me understand this. I need to understand this a little bit better. So you're telling us right now, because I love going over this again, right? Like you're telling us that it actually works to go out pothole hunting and to establish relationships by getting rid of liability risks that could be tripping hazards and to help them solve that pain so you can go close a 45K deal eventually once you've built the trust.
That's correct.
Cool. How many times do you guys have you heard me say this before on YouTube videos? Have you heard us, our coaches, talk about this? Have you heard, like, we preach this stuff, guys? Robert,
Yes.
FTDP, follow the process. And guess what happens, man?
Yeah. And then yeah, having those experience, like open up on our mind that we need to find a big project. Like currently this season, we just focusing on a residential. So we get tired on knocking doors and then having some conversation with each of the homeowners. But when you experience those commercial plaza that we just closed, it's like wow, it's just like a 1 week work. Why don't we do this one instead of commercial? Why don't we find when we don't hunting the bigger one than the smallest one? So like it's a great feeling to have those one in the very first time. The very first time.
I'm so excited for you, man. It's like breaking through into a whole new dimension now, and you believe it now. You know, it's like I remember we had the same conversation with Jeanette and so many other success stories that keep coming out. It's like if you actually just start to believe with conviction, then it becomes so much easier for your mind to go to a place that is bigger, grander than where you were before. Because how do you know anything different other than what you know? You have to learn something new and be exposed to something to gain a wider peripheral vision and perspective of what actually could be. And you guys did it, man. And that for me is like, there's no doubt, like, this is just the beginning of these big deals for you. And you're doing it right. You go out there to solve the pain for the customer first, not focusing on the money, but you focused on that small thing that literally allowed that customer to trust you because you weren't going after them and saying, hey, here's a $45,000 quote right out of the gate. He wasn't looking for that quote. He was looking for the repair of the pothole that was causing him pain.
Yeah. And one more thing, we don't even started on that project. I just received a down payment. Even I don't ask for a down payment, he gave me a down payment. So it feels good to have those check. those those amount of check that the first time that we just hold it for this business.
Isn't that incredible, man?
It's
Isn't
feel
that
good.
incredible?
Mhm.
Proud of you. How many years now are you in business? Is it your third year?
No, it's gonna be a first year and a half, 1.5 years. Yeah.
Okay. I'm smiling over here. Like, congratulations, bro. And I love as you guys showed up to the meeting at the AK Roundup yesterday. I just want everybody to understand this. they were wearing name tags, like company tags around their neck. They were branded with beautiful quality like polo shirts with collars and like colored and nice with the logo, and dressed to a T, like what, like really proud of wearing that brand. And the truck branded and like just really, really proud. And that really stood out, is that you guys are not just half in, you're all in, man. And you're doing exactly what it is that you need to be doing to unfold a successful business. And I told you that yesterday too, but you have nothing but incredibly beautiful, bright horizons, man. Proud of you, bro.
Thank you very much. And we cannot do that one with the help of those AK member. You and Rob, Jonas, teams, and some of the members. Like they're always at our back.
You know, it's so awesome too. Like Jonas, you're on here right now, and I've watched you do the same thing, man. You guys are all over your branding, all over it. And do you and Robert and Chris keep in touch? Do you guys keep in touch about building your business? Have you been in touch throughout that process?
Yeah, always.
Come off mute, man. Come on here. Click that mute button. I want to hear your voice, bro. Let's hear it.
Always.
Yeah. So tell me. So you guys do communicate. You do work together on building each other's companies. Is that what you do?
Yes, we're always asking each opinion what to do best with those problems that we encounter along the way.
You guys, so you're telling me you own two different companies, and you guys actually are able to communicate about things, and that when you don't see each other as this competition where you guys are enemies, right? This is like this is brothers.
Yeah, that's right. Because only those poor people that will do that. So
that's right.
Rich people will always help. Like rich-minded people will always go help each other's back.
So stoked for you guys, man. All right, let's keep this going. Jeanette, let's come on. Tell us what's going on. Emery Asphalt.
Can I share my screen for just 1 second? Like just one little second. I want to show y'all a picture.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
There you go. I made you co-host.
Watch this.
You've got, okay, show me. Click share. You have to click share at the bottom.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, this is going to be wow. I can't wait to see what Jeanette comes every week with something new. She's like, there's another 100K. Like, oh my gosh. Can you click share? Oh, there you go. Everybody hold on tight.
Ready?
I see your desktop. Wow, cool.
That's
so
what 106 it went up. So it was 110,000, but we there was the base was compromised, and and there is no way we could have seen it until after we tore it out. So
you paved it.
We are actually working with Carolina Asphalt Company. It's another company that we're actually I don't see them as competition. I see them as a business opportunity, and I've become quite, got a relationship with them now. So any paving jobs they are going to be doing for us, any paving, and then any seal coating and striping, they're going to be sending it our way. So,
right. So you paved this project then, correct?
Carolina Asphalt did, yes.
Right.
But we were there. We subcontracted this out, and we were there the entire time. So
but you sold the deal.
I did. This is done.
So you paved this project.
Yes.
Congratulations, Jeanette.
Yes.
And what was the total price for this project?
So it was 110 at first. But when we got to about where the light pole is at, the base was very soft and compromised. The soil was. We had to take a lot of, and we did bite the bullet on about $5,000. So our profit did go from $13,000 to about $8,500. which was okay because they have 200 more properties, and we gained that trust and we gained that relationship with them because we didn't just, excuse my language, we didn't just half-ass it. We went and I said, hey, I would like y'all to come out here and take a look at this. I don't want to have further failure down the road. I want you to see, the issues going on, and went from 110 to 117,000. They said we want it perfect, so we got it.
Good for you.
Perfect.
This is awesome. Like I'm in awe. Do me a favor, stop sharing your screen so I can see. I want to see you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
So one thing that's really important for these bigger projects, and it's really, really important that y'all understand this, if you don't already, and this is a golden nugget to drop to you. When we think margin, most of us think as a percent, right? We think of percentage. So if we say 25% margin, that's 25, 40% margin. Margin is generally a percent. But with Jeanette, you're going to see off a $110,000 project, there's about $8,500. And when you look at that as a margin, it doesn't look attractive on a percentage basis. But the dollar margin, so if you actually look at dollars as the margin number instead for the time that it took, you need to really wrap your mind around that. So if you could broker a pavement deal that is a $100,000 deal with even 4 or 5% involved with it, that you were actually walking away with a $5,000 check for spending maybe a total of 6 or 7 hours. And I'm just saying 6 or 7 hours. If you have a really good paving partner that can execute on that you can trust, then you can end up with making some really great money through service, through serving your customer with a service that you might not be able to do in-house or self-operate.
We just made $8,500, and I drove to the job. Chuck didn't do anything. I went to the job site for 3 days, and I didn't do anything. I didn't lift a finger. All I did was paperwork, communicate, and say, hey, if there was an issue, then addressed it with the property management company, and we got that ball rolling and got it done. And I may tear up right now. I'm sorry if I do. I'm not crazy, y'all, but last week, I just want to share this one thing. And I see pavement working now totally different from this experience. I have to share it. Last week, I was going to see one of an elderly friend of mine in the nursing home, and I stopped by the dollar store and wanted to get her some snacks. It's pouring down rain. And I saw this elderly couple in the parking lot. She was, the lady was on the ground, and you could tell something was wrong. So me being kind and stuff, I went over and I said, do you need any help? And she was pouring blood. I mean, he couldn't get it to stop. So I helped her, and we got her on the concrete curb, and I immediately went into the dollar store and paid for some gauze and bandages and stuff. I mean, her kneecap from her knee all the way to her ankle was filleted back to the white meat. I told her she needs to go to the emergency room. She had a huge gash in her hand, and I couldn't stop the bleeding. I wrapped it up, and compressed it as much as possible. But y'all, she fell in a pothole. She fell out of her car, and that it just upsets me that a store could let their parking lot get that way. Right now, I'm doing a Dollar General in Bowling Springs because someone had to call EMS because a lady again fell out and the craters that the oil spots cause. Well, she fell out of her car and broke her ankle. She broke her ankle in one. So Dollar General, actually, I've been trying to get on with them for a while, and they actually called me, and now that they like my timeliness, they liked how fast I responded. They liked my quote. They liked the price. And I asked them how they found me. They said, Google your 5-star company review. I love it. And they read the reviews. I got great customer reviews. And They like my website. That was another big thing. And not only are I got that job, so we're going to be doing that job on Thursday, tomorrow, for 9, not just one. I went there and I saw 8 more, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I don't want someone else getting hurt. My biggest soft spot in my heart is elderly, kids, and animals. And sometimes, they can't help themselves, especially elderly people. Their bones are going to hush. Sorry.
So you've got it.
Hang on just a second. Sorry.
No problem. And Jeanette, I'm gonna move along because of time. But listen, you've got the best heart. You've got a heart of gold. We love you. I'm so happy for you. But I gotta keep getting people on. I love what you've shared, though. I'm so proud of you and excited for what you have ahead. Crush it and keep helping people.
Yes.
Proud of you. This is awesome. Evan, you coming on, buddy? What's up, Evan?
Yes, sir. First and foremost, I want to introduce my sales guy. If I could get Nick to come off of
let's go, Nick.
Camera there.
Where are you, Nick? I see Nick. I see Nick Steris, or how do I pronounce the last name?
You got it right.
Cool. What's going on? Oh, I got Rob McKenzie on there. Wrong Nick. Here, let's do this.
Okay, so I shared a little bit with you last week about that guy that had called me. He had that the cars that were leaking oil, and just today I actually got the approval to do that lot. So we'll be doing Volvo in the next week or two here. Got a call from the town hall this week. The town hall in my town. We're going to be going through and doing all the crack repair. Then next year we'll be sealing it and striping it.
Nice.
So we're going to rent a Crack Pro just to get these few jobs done, and then we'll go around after and we'll take that into all of our residential work just so we can bang out as much as we can with that Crack Pro, get the most value out of it. But if all goes well with this Volvo dealership, he's got another dealership close by that's right around 300,000 square that he said he'll be looking for a quote if all goes well. And then he also owns a property management company that there's definitely a lot of room for growth with this relationship. So big wins this week.
Congrats, man. Pressure on, pedal to the metal. Let's go. And Nick, you ready for a golden nugget?
Ready.
All right, cool. Everybody pay attention. Get your notepads. You ready? You ready? Everybody ready? Raise your hand if you're ready. All right, cool. And Nick, you better be ready for this because this is what you're going to be working as a sales process. You ready? You ready for this, bud? All right. Born ready, right? Cool. Guys, it's really, really, really simple to be able to bring somebody on a sales journey to get them to the point of conversion. It's really, really simple. And what you need to do first and foremost is you need to be able to connect with somebody. There's a connection. We spoke about this in the beginning part of the meeting. The connect is actually being human with somebody, not being a salesman or a saleswoman. You cannot be that person that somebody raise your hand if you love a salesperson. You love yourself. Yeah, that's right. But do you love being sold to by a salesperson? All right, cool. So you want a human, right? To be solving your problems and really caring and to have empathy and really, really care genuinely about solving the problem. And if you can't solve it, you better not be. You can try to connect somebody else to do that, but you have to be problem solving. So you have to connect. Once you've connected with somebody and you can smile and laugh a little bit, you've broken the ice. Then the next thing is to uncover. We have to uncover the challenges and pain points and the adversity and something that might be going on in their world that's not just surface, but a little bit deeper. And so I want you to think about uncovery being questions that you ask that make the customer speak 80% of the time, and your questions that are being asked are only 20% of the time. So if you have a 20-minute or 10-minute conversation, I want you to think that you're only really speaking for 2 minutes, asking questions out of the 10. Why? Because the majority of people on planet Earth are getting stuffed with all kinds of information constantly, just stuff, social media, phones, being spoken to. You're just getting stuffed constantly, right? It's like information overload. And so if somebody's coming to you and just selling, and stuffing that person more, it's just like, that's not different. That's not differentiating. But if you ask them and you said, like Jeanette, asking about the pothole, hey, did you happen to notice that pothole in the parking lot? Well, yeah, I did. Okay, and what do you think about that? Well, I'm worried about it. It might be a tripping hazard. Boom. And you start to dig a little bit deeper. Okay, have you had anybody else come out to do any work on your parking lot previously to keep it safe? No. Oh, great. Well, glad we're here today, right? So I'm not saying that we have to come up with every question that we need to ask right now. What I'm saying is you need to be able to have a mindset of asking questions, not overselling. Ask questions to uncover the true pain. Timelines. Are they happy waking up in the morning? If you're trying to help somebody build a brighter future, and we have somebody that's not happy waking up in the morning and they feel like they're on the hamster wheel and on the grind, we better know that so we can help understand that. And then what we do is we go through what's called the next stage after uncovery, which is confirmation. Confirmation, or to confirm, means that during the time that we were asking all of those questions, we're actually writing down their answers on a notepad, like what they said verbatim. You actually are putting quotes with what they said, not us. We asked the question, they said whatever the answer was. And if you write those things down on a notepad while you're on a parking lot selling somebody, or on the phone selling somebody, or on a meeting selling someone. I know Spencer, Matthias, you guys have your notepads out all the time when we're on the phone with somebody, so that we can really write down the pain points and the challenges of the customer. Because then the next step is that to confirm. The confirmation goes to their email, where we say, hey, I'm going to send you an email recap of our whole conversation, and I'm going to just make sure I can confirm with you that I've got everything right here. And they get an email now that literally has quotes of what the person said. And you're like, just confirming this is all accurate. And if I've left anything out, please do let me know by replying to the email with anything I left out, because then what I'll do is I'll go back with my team, and we're going to solve all these problems and come up with the solutions for you. You see, team, what's going on in our world right now is we get on a parking lot, and all we want to do is get them a quote, and then we want to close a deal. We're not really paying attention to all the problems that they have, and then truly confirming with them and stamping that and tattooing it and saying, now we've got everything out on the table. Now they confirm that everything is out on the table, and that if we can find solutions to that, would there be any reason why we would not move forward with this project? Well, now they say, no, this is all great. Come back with some solutions. Great. So now you come back with the solutions, which is a proposal to them. It's a presentation. It's a pavement assessment. A pavement assessment. Does anybody know? I know for those of you at the AK Roundup yesterday, you know what the answer is, but what's the difference between a pavement assessment, a proposal, a quote, an estimate? What's the difference between all of this? Anybody who is not at the Roundup? Anybody have any ideas? Raise your hand if you have an idea of what the difference is between all of this. You're not raising your hand because there is no difference. It's all the same. It just sounds better to say a pavement assessment. So it's smoother. It's not, I'm going to get you a quote like every other salesman out there. I'm going to do a pavement assessment for you. We're going to get this over to you with all the solutions to the challenges that you had. Now you're ready to move them in the direction of close. But in a world that's so fast paced and we're constantly getting stuff, don't you think that the people that we're going to work with to build lifelong relationships with, to be the pavement asset management company, don't you think they deserve the ability to tell you about what they're challenged with so that you can help them? Just a thought, guys and gals. Like, to me, this is different than what most will say, right? Most will say, just get them a proposal and then we'll plug them into an automation sequence and then let that roll. Bunch of templates that are just going to spit out and fire out. That's the average. If you guys are closing, who here wants to close? Raise your hand right now. Who here wants to be closing $45,000 deals? Who here wants to close $100,000 deals? Who here wants to close $250,000 deals? Cool. Do you think that maybe if we don't operate in an average mindset, like the majority of people out there that are actually pitching those deals, and there's not that many, but there's some that are pitching those deals, if we don't operate in an average mindset, but we actually communicate clearly and build that relationship by understanding their pain points, problems, challenges, that now maybe we have a better opportunity to close the deal than the other guy? I think so. And so I urge you guys to try that process. Connect, uncover, confirm, assessment, close deal. It's a 4-stage process. Okay. And then if somebody goes cold throughout that process, where you hit a cold spot where they're ghosting you or not communicating, use your phone, for goodness sakes, use your phone and do the selfie videos that you're going to text people. Use the selfie videos that you're going to send by email. Connect with them on social media. Do stuff that's different than just sending an old-fashioned dinosaur email that says, hey, I'm following up on that quote. When are you looking at, like, what are things looking like for timelines here to convert on this deal? Like, no, man, that's what the majority of people do. And then at the bottom of the email, it says unsubscribe because it's automated. You know what I mean? It's like, we got to step our game up. You guys ever raise your hand if you get like sales emails that come into your inbox that you just delete all the time, right? You probably delete some of ours. But when you're on the round table right here and we're able to communicate like this, the value is different, right? Because we're hitting spots. This is sales and conversion and money. And so we're hitting some pretty important spots in this conversation. Anybody have questions regarding what we're speaking about right now? Don't be afraid. By the way, just a quick side note, Alex DeBlanco, who is on screen right now, I just want to give this guy a round of applause right here. Look at this. Listen, Alex, tell everybody what you did yesterday, bro. Oh. Did we lose you, Alex? We lost him. Can you hear us?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, your internet's a little unstable, but yeah, your internet's a little crappy.
Uh-oh, let's try 1 second.
All right, we got you right now. So tell everybody what you did yesterday, bro.
I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, got to the airport at 5 o'clock, caught my flight at 6, landed at 12. I picked up an Uber, got my hour drive from the airport to Dundas Golf Course. We did the meeting at 2 till 8. I said my goodbyes really quickly because I had to catch my Uber back to the airport, and then caught my flight at 10:30, landed at 1, got home at 2:30, and then I went to bed around 3:30ish, woke up at 7 to do my other job, and I flew across Canada to come see everybody and meet everyone.
Why did you fly across Canada, Alex, to do that, man? Why?
I'm so eager to grow my company and to be a part of this group. And the more information I can grab from everybody, it's worth every penny to me. Plus, it's a write-off for the company, so it's a no-brainer. I mean, I can just write off the travel expenses. So for me, it's like it was just a free thing that I could just invest into myself, meet a whole bunch of great people, and just get better, like get my company going. I got so much information from you guys yesterday that I'm just so excited. I started my journal today, my top 9 every day. So I'm really excited. I started my 18-month program yesterday. So it's just building from there. I'm just so excited.
Dude, I am so stoked for you. Like so stoked for you, man, and everything that you did. And we've got coaches on right now, and I'll tell you this, it's like, how cool is this, guys?
Amazing.
I went into that AK roundup yesterday And you know, all I wanted, and what I truly desired to come out of that meeting was if just one person could leave that meeting and actually wake up in the morning and do the daily 9 and start writing their 18 months ahead. Like, if that was the one thing, Alex, and you did that, and I know there's others that have started it as well, but I'm saying, I just want you to know that I won at that meeting because you now are doing what it is that you were taught to do, and how you're going to build a life filled with tremendous success, bro. And you've taken the express lane. Congratulations. Super excited for you, brother. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Judd, can I jump in there?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
I gotta say, Alex, you're the best, man. You brought so much energy. You got that fantastic smile, right? And you just got that will that I can just see how fast you're gonna grow, because you're just so pumped and so excited. And everybody felt that in that room yesterday.
Yeah.
And it just spread. And like just telling that story that you wake up at 3:30, you fly out, you get here, you meet everybody, even like said my goodbyes, and I fly back and I'm out 4 hours of sleep and I'm back to work. Like, that's just, who does that? That's amazing. Love it.
Thank you.
And we got to talk.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like becoming obsessed with something that allows you to become the best version of yourself is absolutely incredible. And I can see it. Like, you already know where you're going. Like, right? You feel it. And yeah, me too, man. Me too.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Thank you for coming, man. It was so good to see you. So good to give you a hug and all the energy that you brought. Like Rob said, man, this is just the beginning, Alex. Watch out for this guy right here. All Complete Contracting, Alex DeBlanco. This guy is going to crush it, and just getting started too. And so I can guarantee, mark my words, that next season, as we roll into 2024, we're going to already by middle of summer have a success story that's going to be pounding on that YouTube channel, man, for sure. I cannot wait.
Absolutely. And yeah, just a little side note, I jumped into this meeting a little late, but just a quick win. Once I woke up this morning, I got a phone call from a company that does only asphalt, like they do driveways and stuff like that. They repaved the driveway last year, and then they're looking for me to seal coat it. It's a 5,400 square foot job. And then he wanted a quote for that, but then he's like, I don't do any line striping, and I know you do it. We kind of connected at the beginning of the year and never really heard anything from him. And I got 33 lines. It's a condo complex tomorrow. Yes. So it's just like you just reach out to somebody and then it just builds. That's so crazy.
It's awesome, right? It actually works.
Yeah, exactly.
This is brilliant, man. Congrats, bro.
Thank you.
Win all the way. All right, let's go into questions. We've got about 15, 16 minutes left. What questions? What's serious? Dig some deep questions, team. You've got all kinds of OGs that are on here right now. People experience multiple decades in the industry, and you've got people that are just starting out. You've got people who are a year in, blowing their businesses up. I mean, it's wild to see what everybody's doing, man. It's incredible. Any questions? Come on, anybody new on here that wants to jump on and ask any hard question? Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. You're only live with 29 people right now. Mark, what's up, man? How you doing? Cool. Virgilio, what's happening?
Hey, sir, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Watching videos, a lot of videos before, and first time I'm talking to you, for me, it's like, amazing. So you got a lot of information out there, and I'm really interested about, seal coating and striping and stuff like that. I have a little information for you, but I need some more to. I already did a driveway a couple weeks ago, but I don't. I really don't make the money, but I'm learning from. So,
well, Dude,
I want to learn more about.
So you want to build I'm having a hard time hearing you, but I think with the AirPods, but like, or you want to build a business from scratch? Is that what you're saying, from the ground up?
Yes, sir. I work on crack sealing with company crack sealing for a very long time, but they don't do a little driveways or a small parking lot or stuff like that. So I'm interested to do seal coating, but I don't want to take a crack sealing from them. But at the same time, they don't do that little job. So I kind of afraid a little bit, because I don't want to like compete or try and like take a job from them, but I don't, because they don't do a small job. You know what I mean?
I'll say this, bro. If you want to build your own business, you're a human being on planet Earth. If you want to go build a business, go build your future and unfold the future that you desire. If that means that you might end up competing with somebody as you're building your business, that's part of it. Do it in a respectful way. Don't do it in an aggressive, dark, negative way. But your dream should not be crushed just because somebody else is doing something that you might be doing. Unfold your dreams, brother. Set and stamp the foundation of what it is that you want in your life and unfold it. Create the plan and let's go, man. Time is ticking. How old are you, brother? How old are you?
43.
Yeah. So you've got maybe hopefully another 50 years or something left in your life. You got some stuff to get accomplished here, man. Get after it. Don't worry about anybody crack filling. Let's go, bud. Let's go.
Okay. Yep.
Let's go. Yeah,
Yes,
let's go,
sir.
man.
Yes,
And
sir.
call us. We'll hook you up with we'll show you around inside a few different things to show you the foundation, and then you can start to execute on that. Cool?
And I have a parking lot. I have a job, but I'm working at giving the price. It's a seal coating, crack sealing, and a striping. And I'm almost there, but I need more information, about the striping, and I'm working
Call
on it.
us. Call us. Call
Okay.
us. Call us. We've got pricing guides. We have all kinds of stuff, and we'll connect you, man. And if you need to be coached through that process as well, man, we'll teach you. We will literally teach you what you need to do to go out and go after it. If you have the will, the passion, and the desire, and you really have that burning fire where you really want to do this thing, we can teach you how to do it. And it's going to be way more than sealing a crack and seal coating. We're going to teach you actually how to build a business that you can be really proud of. You know what I mean? Cool.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Where I can get your phone number, I'll talk with somebody.
We're gonna have we can definitely connect it. So see in the chat down in the bottom, the chat window down at the bottom of your screen, just type your phone number in there, and then we'll have somebody reach out to you. We've got a whole team of people.
All right.
Yeah, we'll reach out to you and get you rocking. All right.
All right. Appreciate it.
Cool. By the way, keep watching the videos too. There's lots of them, and I know a lot of people have started their business by just watching videos as a starting point. It's a good way to start, but it's going to take a longer to try and unfold that all on your own. It's much better to communicate with people who have been there and done that and actually understand your pain points and your challenges and what you really are good at and the things that you love to do. Because if there's certain things you don't love to do and that you really, really don't enjoy, then we should be trying to find, solutions to those challenges so that you can go out there and be successful doing what you love to do. It's an important thing. Cool. All right. Let's keep rolling. Robert, you have your hand up? Let's do it.
Yeah, just have some question. Like this morning, someone's called me. It's a developer, doing some townhouses over here. The road that they're doing is so many potholes. So they called us to do a repair for potholes. So when I get there and showing us those pothole and the damages, I am planning to do it on infrared to fix it. But um, the project coordinators told me that they just only need to fill the pothole with cold asphalt, and I told them that we're not using cold asphalt, we're using a hot mix asphalt. And they said that, okay, I just want to do that road or that pothole uh, for the meantime, because they're going to lay on the top of that road a new asphalt. So what is the best? What is the best way to tell them? I mean, if I'm going to send them a proposal, what should I need to do? Because I know that if you're just going to put pothole on that current asphalt without putting anything, it it might won't take last, right?
Yeah. You guys done any is this a HOA or something, like do you have a gated community or what is it exactly? Apartment community?
No, it's just like builders, like they building a townhouses. It's a newly built, but the problem is some of the homeowners are live on that area while they are doing some more houses, and they get some complaint about the road is having a potholes and some bumpy area. So that's why those contractors called us and to fix those pothole. And
That's
I am planning to do what to do is to fix it permanently, to using it infrared. But they told me that they don't need it permanently because after 6 months they're going to lay another asphalt on top of it.
Yeah, they haven't done the second coat, right?
Yeah,
So they just want
yeah,
a temporary fix. So
temporary fix.
yeah. So I don't think I would just do the cold patch, and they're gonna go over top of that with their second coat to finish it off once all those houses are built and get it up to level with the curbs.
But it's a lot of potholes. Like if I'm going to some of those how do I call that potholes, some of that it might be at 1,200 square footage.
that's okay. Oh, 1,000 that big in one spot
Yeah,
or
that's
total?
no. It's in total. When I
Oh,
sum it, in total.
yeah, you should be able to go to the local asphalt plant there. You have to have a connect through the municipality or through the asphalt plant to get cold patch in bulk. And don't buy it in the bags, man. You should be able to go and buy that in bulk.
How
So
about how
yeah,
about if I use the hot mix?
I don't
I
think
mean,
so. I think it's a waste of time and money. Just do the cold patch. It's a temporary fix. It'll last for their 6 months
Mm-hmm.
until they do their second coat, right? They don't want to spend the money on it, and they don't think they need to. And you can get the job done faster by just doing cold patch on it. Go to the
Okay.
plant, throw it into your truck. All right, you don't have to keep it hot, and just fill
Mm-hmm.
those holes. You'll be done in probably about 3-4 hours.
yeah, I
Same
mean,
Okay.
coat.
you could look at a couple options. The cold patch option is a price point perspective, but you could also look at infrared if you wanted to, depending on, I mean, that's, how many, I know you have a bigger machine. So, press wise, you have to look at the whole thing. Cold patch will be the fastest for you to get it done for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at your cost variables. So understand your true costs. In any project that we're doing, understand the true costs and what you'd be able to get on top line so that you can walk away with a happy customer and that you're happy too.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Don't forget your time is very precious. Yeah, cool. All right. So what I'm going to do, this is going to be a fun one for me. I'm actually going to pop off and I'm going to leave the coaches on here because my wife just knocked on the door and I haven't seen her in 2 weeks and I haven't seen my children in 2 weeks either. And they're all awake waiting for me. I got off an airplane in New Orleans and I came right here and they were sleeping, taking a nap. So they're knocking on the door, going to spend time with them. I love you guys all. And thank you so much. And
Love
so
you too,
what I'm
bro.
going to do is I'm going to make Dom, actually, Rob, because you're on a desktop. Rob, I'm going to make you co-host. Actually, no, Matthias, you're co-host. You're already co-host. So, Matthias, yeah, so you just take charge and you guys wrap up with any questions that you guys all have. Build the heck out of your businesses, guys and gals. Like, make yourself happy. Be excited. When you wake up, it should be super exciting. If it's not, reevaluate what you're doing. Connect with some people that could make it more exciting or change what you're doing. For those of you that have jobs right now, separate from this of building your business, I'm just telling you right now, it's possible because there's a whole screen full of people here who had done that. and built beautiful businesses. And we're here to help support you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I'm going to say goodbye. See you guys. Bye.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Thank you for everything, Judd.
Yeah, thanks, brother.
Much love. Yeah, it was so great. See you guys.
Ciao.
All right, we got coaches that have answers. Evan, you're up, brother.
So I wanted to see what you guys thought about. Now I use it quite a bit, and I've had quite a bit of luck with it. But I forget what his name was. My apologies. But Aquafalt, a little bit more of a permanent option for what he was talking about. It's a little bit more costly, but it might be that happy medium that he's looking for.
Mm-hmm. I would, if I could jump in, I would say that Aquafalt's like it's very expensive when it comes to filling what you're going to fill, because you're going to fill about, I mean, those buckets cover about 5 to 10 square feet. I mean, it's not a big area that those buckets cover. And depending on how deep they are, you're really only supposed to use about a 1 to 2 inch layer of Aquafalt, right? So for that cost, you might have to price it too high, right? So you might run the risk of not getting that job because of that price is high. Like they're running about 70, 80, 90 bucks a bucket, depending on where you are in Canada or the States, right? So you're going to have to use a lot of it. Whereas that's why I said the cold patch, you can just throw it in your truck. You don't have to keep it hot. You patch it down. And really, I mean, it sounds like the developers know what they're talking about. They just want to fix, right? It's going to be temporary. They're going to go over it already. They've done this a bunch of times. They just need somebody to do it. That would be I don't know, maybe Anthony, you have a different perspective, or Dom, or
I think you hit the nail on the head, Rob. I think that's great.
Yeah.
And so as far as if I was looking to get a little deeper into patchwork, what are the main things that I would need to acquire as far as equipment goes?
You want to tell him, Dom? Jump off. So I'll take the stage for you, Evan. I think the main components that you need is you need something to carry your patching material in, whether that's a hot box, a dump trailer, or a dump truck. You need an asphalt saw. You need a plate compactor to start, and then as soon as you can, you move up to a ride-on roller. And with those 4 pieces of equipment, you can knock out a lot of work. The thing that a lot of guys do in the beginning is they'll start with a small infrared machine and something to carry some millings in, and that will be able to propel you. You'll be able to do small isolated repairs, and that will propel you forward to build the capital to keep reinvesting in and growing that repair side of your business so that you'll be able to get more and more into it. So the end goal would be those 4 things: something to transport, something to saw cut, something to compact, and then if you mix the infrared in, that's going to be another key component.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? What do we got?
Question.
Hey, I got a question just to kind of piggyback off Evan there. Just with like the infrared stuff, and then you get your millings. What does the rejuvenation stuff do that Asphalt Kingdom sells that makes the asphalt like bond, I guess? Like, if you're using just millings, is that where you use the rejuvenation with the infrared machine, or is that like a different product?
It puts the bindings back into those old millings to allow them to stick, and when you compact it, right, it forms that, it builds it together, puts it together, flattens it out, and then you put some water into it and to continue to compress it, right, just over top, and you're done, right? You need that little bit of water compaction. You don't need a ton of rejuvenator on it, but you do want to spray the top of it, right? Mix it in and then compact it.
Okay.
So that's what's going to hold it together for you.
Okay. That's perfect. And then, like, say for example, like for the potholes, what are you guys putting inside the pothole to like make it bond? Is there like a product that you're using, like say like I thought there was some kind of tar that you put inside the pothole,
like a tack coat?
Yeah, exactly.
Anthony, do you use a tack coat for your base of your potholes, or are you I mean, if you're using hot mix, right, which is the optimal way to go, right? I don't think you really need that tack coat. If it's a bigger surface, you might want to do it, but for smaller, sort of more, smaller areas, then I don't think you need that, right, Anthony?
Yeah, you don't need it, but it does make a more permanent, especially if you're trying to get a cap on top or what is known as like a skin patch, where you're going over top of like not just filling the hole itself, but you're putting like a flag of asphalt on top of it. You'll want to doing a tack coat square around that and then finishing and feathering that cap. So it's a nice, easy transition and it's nice drivable. It is good. But Alex, if you're talking about infrared, you're not going to put anything in the pothole before you heat. You would just heat the asphalt up, rake it, fill it full of millings or fresh asphalt, add the rejuvenator and heat that area up if it's not already hot material, and then compact. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. That makes a lot more sense. Thank you.
You make sure you rake it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Rob.
And you make sure you're up about an inch or so above the surface, because you're going to get that compaction, so it's level, right? So you want to be up about an inch to 2 inches up above the level of the surface, so that compacts, right? Okay. And the one thing, and it's not just a simple one-time compaction. You go around your edges, right? Compact it once. You want to go over it 3, 4, 5 times to really get that compaction nice and smooth, right? And really solid. Because if you don't, and you don't have enough rejuvenator in it, right, sometimes it gets brittle over time and it just starts to crumble out. So you really want to compact it. And that's where the water kind of helps a little bit too. You don't need a ton of it, but just have that water going over top of it, right? And continue to compact it.
Okay.
And one thing I'll add to that, I agree 100% with Rob. On the compaction, you're normally going to get a quarter of an inch per inch of asphalt. So if you've got 3/4 or 3 inches deep of a pothole, that 3/4 to an inch is exactly what Rob's talking about. And then as far as the rejuvenator, even after you compact it, as long as it's not totally saturated with water, it's not a bad idea to spray the top of the patch with rejuvenator. And that really locks in the surface. So you can apply it and rake it into the material before you compact it. And then also top dress the patch, especially if it's a small infrared repair, you can top dress that area, and that will lock that surface together for a long, long time.
Oh, okay. That helps a lot. Thank you very much for that.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for that. Anybody else have anything before we head out? We're at 5 minutes after the hour, so.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, I got a question.
Sure.
Building on what we've been talking about. So on that, okay, you got a pothole. Some of it's 4 inches, 6 inches deep. Some of it's 2 inches on the edges next to the rest of the asphalt, right? So am I right? I've got an infrared. I've got everything that we've talked about. I don't have a way to cut I don't have a saw cutter. But you're saying just put the millings on there, put the rejuvenator down, and then fire it up and level it out. And in the small areas that's not very deep, that's going to hold together with, it might be road base or something from the mess that's been made from driving over it and mud before and stuff. So all that's going to hold together even in the areas that's pretty thin. Is that what I'm hearing?
As long as it's not a saturated base. If that base isn't saturated and it's called sop. If it's not all soppy and saturated, then yes, you can provide a stable repair. You never want to be forced to install the asphalt really thin, but in areas where you encounter a previously installed surface that is very thin and you have to make a repair to it, what you're able to put back in the hole will last. Does that make sense?
He said it would last, just so you know, because I know you cut out there.
I think so.
Yeah, it will last.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
What do you have to add to that, Rob?
So you don't need to you don't need to compact anything if it's already compacted so hard. It's probably hard as a rock down below there, but it's just not very thick next where it's going to come together to the old material. So, okay, I'll give it a shot.
Now, a lot of the times, I mean, even if you do an infrared, I mean, what you're gonna do when you're putting that infrared over that area, you're gonna soften those areas so you're gonna be able to dig it out, right? So it's gonna create some depth just by heating up those areas. Okay, so and typically a nice pothole, when you're gonna fix it and the customer is happy with it, you want to have nice straight square edges, right? So when you take your spade and you start digging that out, you're going to get that depth. So when you put your millings back in and your rejuvenator, it's going to be a little more level. You're not just going to have that little bit of an edge sticking out where you have to put, half an inch of millings in and hope it's going to stick. You've already heated that edge up and you've dug it out, so it's deeper already. And if not, you probably should.
So maybe saw cut around and just kind of clean that up, dig it down a little bit to where it's a little bit.
Yeah, I mean you can, but really, if you have, what size of infrared do you have? The 2x2.
2x2, yeah.
2x2, yeah. So that's going to heat up that 2x2 area. So if that 2x2 is over top of those thin areas that you're referring to, right? You're going to dig that out to create a nice even edge, because you're going to dig right around that whole heated area. It's soft, right? You know how it softens it up. You're going to dig that out, push it in towards the middle of the hole, then add your millings, add your rejuvenator, heat it up, and then start to tamp it down around your edges. So that's going to give you that flush edge that is compacted and square, and you don't need a cut line. Right? Are you digging out your edges right after you heat it up to make it square?
I haven't started yet. I haven't tried it.
Okay.
I want to know how to do it right. But yeah, I've got a little area off the road that is my own driveway. I thought I'd practice on that.
Yeah. If you go on my Facebook page or Instagram page, it's Black Max Driveway Seal Coating, and I've got some videos that I've done. Maybe on my YouTube page, you might even be able to find an infrared repair that we've done to show how we dig around it after that area has been heated up, and then you're adding your rejuvenator and your millings to that, and then tamping it down. So yeah, take a look at that, and I've taken some really good videos on that process.
Awesome.
It's an 18 by 48 inch infrared, so it's a little bit longer, a little bit narrower than what you have, but you put them together and you really get like a 36 by 48 inch area. But yeah, take a look. It's Black Max Driveway Seal Coating on Facebook. You can follow me and you can check out, just scroll through my videos. It's from last year. Scroll through them and you'll find some videos on it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Cool.
No problem.
All right. Anybody else? Are we good to go? Everybody good? All right. Well, I'm going to put this back out to the outside view here, but I wanted to thank everybody that shared today. I think it was amazing. You guys did a phenomenal job, and I know that everybody that got some answers, for the questions they had, are really thankful too. But thank you guys, everyone, for everything you guys are doing, and we appreciate supporting you guys as much as we possibly can. Thank you.
Thanks, Matthias.
You bet, everyone. See you soon.
See you guys.
All right. Have a good one.
Ciao, Matthias.
See you guys. Yeah. Love y'all.
Love you.